cards. I hope you're doing well today, and thank you so much for being here. Today's video is gonna be, I'm gonna be making a birthday card using some products from Simon Says Stamp that they sent over to me. It's gonna be an all die cut card again. I'm not for sure what's going on with me because I normally don't do all die cuts because sometimes it could be a little tedious to cut out a bunch of stuff, but I thought, what the heck, we'll go ahead and do it. So anyway, this is from their last release, at least some of the products. Other products are older releases, but are still available on the website, so everything that I use will be available. Click down in the description for that. Before we go take a look at what we're going to be using, please make sure that you thumbs up this video, leave me a comment. Also click that little bell so that you know a new video will be coming out, and then share it. Tell everybody about this lovely little place you have landed on right now. Sorry, let's go down to the desk and let's take a look at what we're going to be using. Alright, so we're going to be using the embossing folder and cutting die for party candles. So this is what it's going to look like, and it also has some dies for candles. We're also going to be using the It's Your Birthday die. This, I'm not for sure how long ago this came. This is 2021, so I assume that's when this came out, but it is still available, I believe. We're going to be using some scraps from my scrap area, so we're going to be using this alcohol ink watercolor piece that we have here. We're going to be using some Simon Says Stamp black glossy cardstock. We're going to be using a piece that I made a couple videos ago using some Tim Holtz mica sprays. We're going to be using this, and then we're just going to be using a card base. So let me go ahead and clear off the desk and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is go ahead and run this embossing folder through the die cutting machine. I did put the glossy paper in there already, but it also helps you see what this is going to look like. So let me run this through the die cutting machine and I'll be right back. Okay, we've run this through the die cutting machine. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Wow, that looks really cool, you guys. That's pretty freaking awesome. I like how that looks. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we are going to be cutting out some candles from this. We're also going to be cutting out this sentiment as well, so we'll go ahead and get that prepped and ready. I think what I'm going to do is just cut out the letters. I'm going to do something like this, I believe. Just cut it out this way. So let's go ahead and get the die cutting machine out. This is my miniature EMPRESS. I love this thing. It's so cool. I've had it for about a month and a half, maybe almost 2 months now, and I just am in love with it. All right, so we are going to cut out the word here out of some of this, and then we are going to do some candles as well. Now, I don't really need the flames here because I'm going to be cutting them out with something different, so I'm kind of just going to run those kind of off the side here, so that I can get, you know, a couple colors. So I think this is going to work here. And we will put a shim in here because I am cutting through some Yupo paper, and that can be hard to cut through sometimes. So let's go ahead and run this through. And we'll run it through again just to make sure that it cuts all the way through. Yupo paper can be a hassle sometimes. Yeah, see, it totally didn't cut through because it's such a problem. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put this down again. And then I think, let's see here. So I think this cut through, maybe? No. So I think I'm going to put another shim in here just to make sure that everything looks good. So let me go ahead and cut this off camera. I want to make sure I get this right, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, you know what? I left this in because I just wanted you guys to see that not everything works all the time. I'm not for sure why, but this Yupo paper would not cut through. Like I tried and I tried, I used several shims, it wouldn't go through, so I don't know what's up with that. It's unfortunate because it's a very pretty piece of paper, but we're gonna file 13 this. And then what I did was I just pulled a paper from a paper pad that I believe is no longer available, but you could use any paper that you'd like, but this is from Honeybee Stamps. This is a paper that I helped design along with other team members, but I don't think it's available anymore, but please use any kind of paper that you have for this. You know, just, you don't have to use what I have. So what I'm going to do is just, we're going to cut this out, and then I'm just going to do a couple candles also with the same paper, and then let's just run this through. Now this should work because it's just plain paper. There's no reason why this should not work. Yeah, so we're good here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take all this out. I'll take the candles out, and then we will work on the next part of this card. Okay, so as you can see, I've cut out about 15 candles of the color and the 15 candles of the flame. And basically, and I'm not going to put you through this whole thing and watch me, but I'm taking a candle, cutting off the flame, and then I'm going to glue that on top of this flame. So then we will have a candle with a flame. So I'm going to do that for all 15 candles. I did actually cut this out as well, and I actually cut out 3 additional in white. I'm going to stack all of these up with some glue so that it has some dimension, and I'll be right back to show you the rest of the card. Okay, so I think I'm actually just going to show you one of these real quick just so that you can see me do it. I'm going to take my My Sweet Petunia glue precision tip glue thing tool here, and then what we're going to do is just place this there. We want to make sure it's nice and lined up, and there we go. We have a candle with the flame. I'm going to do this for all 15 candles. I'm also going to glue all of these together as well. So when I get back, we'll have a bunch of stacked up candles and a sentiment. Okay, you guys, so I was playing around with this. I was getting the candles all together, getting this, you know, glued together. There's 3 white pieces along with the actual color at the top. And I was just going to place these candles on top of these embossed items, but then I played around and I thought, you know what, I should put the candles in to the embossing folder and emboss them. So I'm going to do that. I only did one because I wanted to see exactly what it looked like. So now what I'm going to do is take each one of these candles, I'm going to place it into the embossing folder like this, and then I'm going to emboss them so they have a little bit of embossing on it to give it a little bit more dimension on the card. So I'll be back to show you what that looks like when I'm done. Okay, so we have all the candles embossed now, but one thing I noticed is I got a bunch of fingerprints on my black glossy cardstock. So I'm just going to take a little towel here and just kind of buff that out. Oopsie. You just kind of want to keep an eye out for that. So what I'll do now is I'm actually going to pop all of these up on the card with some foam tape or foam adhesive. So this may take me a little while, but I'm going to get some foam on each one of these and then pop them up on the card, and I'm going to glue this, and we'll be back to see what the final results of the card. I don't want to bore you with seeing this 15 times. It's going to take me forever probably, but yeah, we'll be back in a few moments. Okay, you guys, we're finally coming to the end here. We are going to be putting the card together. So what I'm going to do is I did cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4 because I wanted there to be a frame around it on the card base. So I'm just going to take my My Sweet Petunia precision glue tool here. Go ahead and put glue all over the back of this, making sure that we cover every part. And we will put this onto the card base, and since we use liquid glue, we can wiggle it around to make sure that it is even around all sides. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is, I'll just show you here. I'm going to take the backing off of this foam tape. Maybe. There we go. And then I'm just going to place each candle where it would go on the embossing folder. So maybe I'll do a couple here to show you what it looks like. I'm just going to pick random. I kind of want them to all look different. Tweezers might be a little easier for getting the backing off, since I got my big old man hands and can't really peel it off that well. And we're just going to place them where they should go on the embossing folder. So we're going to do that, and then I'm also going to glue this down onto the glossy card paper. Maybe I'll just do that now with you guys here. We'll go ahead and get that down, because we're going to have to put a acrylic block on that so that it actually sticks to the glossy cardstock, because it may take a little bit for it to dry. And also, the glossy cardstock is slippery, and we are using liquid glue, so we want to be careful that it doesn't slide and then gets stuck crooked on there. I did pull off, I think it's called the tittle from the eye. I did pull that off so that we could also place that onto the card. All right, so I think I'm going to place this like right here. That looks like a good spot. And see how it's coming up because it's not sticking to the glossy cardstock. We are going to take this acrylic block and we're going to put it on top, and we're going to wait for it to dry. So I'll be back with the completed card in a moment. Okay everyone, the card is done. I did go ahead and apply every candle onto the embossed area. I did let the It's Your Birthday dry here, so it is dry onto the glossy cardstock. What I'll do is I'll go back later and I'll go ahead and buff this up so it takes out some of the fingerprints, but check that out. I love it. It's so cool. I love that it has like this rainbow kind of feel to it. It's all textured. I love that the sentiment also matches the paper. And then I just love that classic the classic black background, if I can learn how to speak. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this card. It did take a while to make, so the person that receives this better not throw it away, or I might come find them and take it out of the trash and then give it to someone else. So anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Simon Says Stamp for sending over these products for me to play with. All the links will be down in the description so you can find them. Also, make sure that you head over to Instagram and check me out by searching for Bromero Cards or clicking the link in the description to find me over there. Also, please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thumbs up this video and click that bell so that you know a new video is coming out. So until next time, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!